Hi guys, and welcome to the first episode of this new series that I'm starting my YouTube channel with, and I'm calling it Chinese and Korean Alternatives to Western Beauty Products. And I'm choosing to call them alternatives because while some of these are really good dupes and I'm confident to call them dupes, others I feel like even though they're not the same thing, they're not the same shade maybe, or not the same formula, but they're good enough alternatives or similar enough where if you have one of these items you don't exactly need the other one in your collection. So ever since I've come to China, which is like 17-18 months now, I have come across so many Korean and Chinese products that blow me away and that constantly remind me of my Western beauty products. And so I really wanted to make it into a series where I would discuss one of these finds or discoveries that replaces or alternates for one of my Western beauty products. And so for today's video, I really wanted to talk about an eyeliner that I feel like is a really good alternative to my Stila Stay All Day liquid eyeliner, which is my favorite eyeliner of all time. You could see by the packaging that it's been completely rubbed off, and that's because I use it a lot. I throw it in my purse, I travel with it, I actually practically grab it on an everyday basis when I'm doing my makeup. I love it for a lot of reasons. It has a really nice felt tip which is really precise and makes applying eyeliner pretty simple and easy for me. I'm not really good at applying eyeliner, so it's like an eyeliner junkie's best friend. And also it's really black, it's smudge proof, it's waterproof, it's long lasting, it's everything you could really ask in an eyeliner. And I was constantly trying to find something cheaper that would compare to this one, and that's because I use it on an everyday basis and it's pretty pricey for what it is. Not for what it is, I'm not saying it's not worth it, I'm just saying it's pricey for something you would use on an everyday basis. This retails at around $21 mark, and for something that you're going to need to replace every 3 or 4 months, I do feel like that's a lot of money. So I was really trying to find something that would compare or that would be a good alternative to this one, and I finally did find something that's pretty darn close. This is a Chinese eyeliner, and it's by a Chinese brand called Kohas, and the name of the eyeliner is Gutter Waterproof Eyeliner, which is a weird name for an eyeliner, but that's what it's called. So I don't know what else to say about this eyeliner other than it's just the same thing. These two eyeliners are exactly the same thing, and I'm going to go ahead and say that the Kohas one is a dupe for the Stila one, which is pretty awesome because the Kohas one cost me around $7 or $8 if I'm not wrong, and so I could buy 3 of these in the price of one of these Stila ones, and it's exactly the same thing. It's just as good. So this is what the felt tip on both of these eyeliners looks like. On the top is the Stila one, on the bottom is the Kohas one, and the Kohas one I would say is a little bit thicker than the Stila one, but otherwise these two felt tips look pretty similar to one another, and they perform in a similar fashion as well. So let's swatch them on the back of my hand and we'll see how they swatch in comparison to one another. So now I'm just going to swatch these on the back of my hand together so you could see what I mean. So there you have it. I am swatching them both together, and can you see they are the exact same amount of black. They are almost the same thickness because the felt tips are so similar, and I honestly had to check. On my right is the Kohas one, on the left is the Stila one, and what's amazing is that there's a little bit of sheen in the Stila one that you could see when you turn your hand in certain directions and when light hits it in certain ways, and the exact same kind of sheen is there in the Kohas one as well. So I think from formula to felt tip to packaging, everything on these eyeliners is pretty darn similar, and I would be confident in calling the Kohas one a dupe for the Stila one, and I'm really glad I could find it. So I will link my Facebook page down below and you could check that out. Maybe I'll have this on my page somewhere if I can source it for you. And that's it for today's video. I hope you really enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you in my next one.